still happening. It's still going on.
Oh, he's gay. Oh, yes. It's pretty good. Sex gamers, this is huge. Marvel Studios is about to get a whole lot gayer because Ryan Reynolds is begging President of Marvel to finally have Deadpool come out in the third movie as Pride. Where's my...
Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have long entertained fans with their legendary feud, but recent developments suggest that beneath the friendly banter lies a much darker reality at the heart of this controversy: a lawsuit, a former friend's betrayal, and deeply personal secrets bubbling to the surface. Ryan Reynolds, once thought to be untouchable, now finds himself at the center of a scandal involving defamation, extortion, and even questions about his true identity. But how did we get here? For years, Ryan Reynolds has crafted a public image of being the witty, lovable, and effortlessly charming Hollywood star. Whether he's cracking jokes on social media, playfully roasting his wife Blake Lively, or engaging in his long-running fan-favorite feud with Hugh Jackman, Reynolds has always seemed like a man who could do no wrong. But beneath that smooth-talking, funny man exterior, a much darker story is unfolding, one that threatens to shatter his carefully curated reputation. It all began when actor and filmmaker Justin Baldoni filed a shocking lawsuit against Reynolds, alleging defamation, extortion, and interference with contractual relations. Hugh Jackman is said to have witnessed multiple instances of Ryan Reynolds' bullying and domineering behavior. According to sources, he allegedly observed Reynolds taking control of movie sets, silencing co-stars, and even booting people out of projects who didn't cater to his oversized ego. Yet despite all this, Jackman kept his silence. Some speculate he feared damaging his career or rocking the boat in Hollywood. Others believe he felt trapped in the bromance narrative, protecting Reynolds even when it turned uncomfortable. But with a lawsuit now thrusting him into the public eye, Jackman may no longer have the luxury of silence. The real question is, will Hugh Jackman finally break his silence and expose the truth? If the reports are true, Jackman could soon be faced with the ultimate career crossroads. Stay loyal to Reynolds, risking perjury, or tell the truth, betraying the man he once considered a close friend? If Jackman chooses to testify against Reynolds, it would be catastrophic. Reynolds' entire persona, charming, self-deprecating, the friendly everyman, would shatter. But if Jackman, one of Hollywood's most respected actors, steps forward with accounts of manipulation, bullying, and abuse, Reynolds' carefully crafted image could collapse in an instant.
And is plausibly the most guilty party of this entire thing. Okay? He has just...
Should Hugh Jackman speak out, it could trigger a massive shift in Hollywood actors and crew members who've been silent for years. They might finally find the courage to speak up with their own stories. More lawsuits could follow along with confessions and revelations. Suddenly, Ryan Reynolds, who made his career by making people laugh, could find himself at the heart of one of Hollywood's most explosive scandals. If the truth comes out, Reynolds won't just lose Jackman's friendship. He could lose everything. The accusations don't end there. Reports claim Reynolds pushed Hugh Jackman into a humiliating promotional stunt, one that mocked Baldwin in front of millions. What was once seen as playful fun is now under intense scrutiny. Was Jackman a willing participant? Or was he yet another pawn in Reynolds' game of manipulation and control? Reynolds' portrayal of Nice Poole wasn't just satire. It was a strategic masterstroke that turned the courtroom into a battlefield of perception. The character, a razor-sharp parody of toxic masculinity, took jabs at feminist issues. Body image and consent, ironically, the very themes tied to the allegations against Baldwin's legal team, was quick to pounce, claiming Reynolds had deliberately blurred the line between Hollywood fantasy and cold, hard reality by wrapping the controversy in the humor and chaos of Deadpool's universe. Reynolds, they argued, had cleverly shifted the focus, making Baldwin look like the villain in a script he never agreed to. And the fact that Reynolds got away with it, mocking Baldoni in plain, Sight without apology only strengthened Lively's case, leaving the public wondering, was this satire, or was it revenge served with a side of popcorn? Fans were led to believe that Jackman and Reynolds' bromance was real, two A-list stars with a fun, playful friendship, but behind the scenes, things weren't as rosy. Baldwin's lawsuit unveiled a much darker truth. Reynolds allegedly used his celebrity influence to destroy anyone who challenged him or didn't fall in line with his agenda. The accusation that Reynolds deliberately sabotaged Baldwin's career adds a whole new layer of complexity to his nice guy persona. What's even more shocking is the role Hugh Jackman may have played in all of this. Was he genuinely on board with the scandalous stunt mocking Baldoni? Or was he manipulated into participating as Jackman faces possible deposition in the lawsuit? The public is beginning to question whether his role in Reynolds' world was as voluntary as it appeared. Was he simply a victim of circumstance, forced to go along with Reynolds' increasingly troubling antics? The relationship between Reynolds and Jackman, once seen as a friendly rivalry, may have been built on much darker foundations. What if Jackman was pressured into supporting Reynolds' public image, unwittingly becoming an accomplice in a series of destructive stunts designed to tear down co-stars and bolster Reynolds' nice guy narrative? At its heart, the Justin Baldwin lawsuit exposes a chilling abuse of power. Allegedly, Reynolds used his influence to silence critics, ruin the careers of those who crossed him, and manipulate those around him. This isn't your typical Hollywood rivalry. It's the story of a man who will stop at nothing to protect his reputation and control over the industry. As Baldwin's legal action shines a light on Reynolds' dark side, it's clear this is not just a professional dispute. It's a ruthless game of power manipulation and career destruction. Reynolds' reputation is on the line. His public image as the charming, likable leading man is crumbling, with more individuals coming forward with disturbing stories of his vindictive behavior, and now with Jackman potentially set to reveal his role in these unsettling incidents. Reynolds' perfectly constructed persona might just be the final casualty in his relentless pursuit of dominance. One of the most telling moments in this legal battle came when Blake Lively's legal team made a desperate attempt to keep certain documents sealed under attorneys' eyes only, AEO protection. The motion aimed to prevent specific details from becoming public.
Gamers, this is huge. Marvel Studios is about to get a whole lot gayer because Ryan Reynolds is begging the president of Marvel to finally have Deadpool come out in the third movie as Spy.
Details that were revealed waves through Hollywood and completely upend Reynolds' and Lively's public personas. The asperseness at evidence has become a critical focal point in the case, as both legal teams battle over which documents should be private. Privat Lively's team is pushing for certain evidence to be sealed, be sealito, be sealed, arguing such information could harm their case and damage their client rather, Edley and including Gate Communications and Rand Recordings, ISS rumored to be accusations. According Stations reports, according to the SIS reports, this'll potentially offer a more nuanced view of the interactions between the two stars during the film project, their recent project, Caddings. Embezzlement allegations. Lively's team claims that these sealed documents could paint a different pictureino that might make it harder for him to maintain the narrative the media has been promoting about the system's decisions about the system's decision straightforward. Illegal documents straightforward. Legal analysts have argued that keeping such sensitive information from the trial is necessary or necessary. However, the sistrio means that the public remains in the dark abouts contained in those speculation. Speculations that ionalism and sensationalism and speculation not a suspicion opiate. It's nationalism need, Rudy to it. The motion toden it, at least in part, at meaning global for Isaac scrutiny for if the whisper and true, the summons. Those documents onom of the Moston Ono1 revelations yet. Insider messages scenes, filthful sex messages, and behind the scenes lucky images are marriages, personal missions and missions. He contradict image? ECT image? D lucky image. Re-unlucky imaging years perfecting tactics for them. Student-tacked CT Baldoni about alleged manipulative tactics. Heist's true fee is about Baldoni. Or something near deeper. Some stars? Would the Okudko one certain views of Reynolds of its most bankable as Reynolds. One thing is that inertia and lively are in panic shadows. Someone close in, a surprising figure emerges from the shadows. Serialized ISO may be more about Reynolds' Jackman than anyone realized. It is true person, none other than Hugh Jackman. And if the rumors are true, Jackman isn't just watching this chaos unfold. He may have been actively fueling it for years. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman built their public personas around a playful, never-ending feud. What started as a joke between two Hollywood megastars quickly became one of the most beloved running gags in entertainment. Fans ate up their banter, whether it was Reynolds poking fun at Jackman's Wolverine or Jackman mocking Deadpool. It all seemed like a smokescreen for a bit, but was it? Or was this carefully curated rivalry just a smokescreen for a far more complicated and now deeply fractured relationship? Recent events suggest that Jackman and Reynolds' friendship may not have been as lighthearted as the world believed. In fact, Jackman's involvement in the current legal drama is turning out to be far more significant than anyone anticipated, and if the rumors are true, he may have played a crucial role in leaking damaging information about Reynolds at the worst possible time. At first, Hugh Jackman's connection to this legal mess seemed purely incidental. He was originally drawn into the situation due to his involvement in promoting It Ends With Us, the film at the center of the lawsuit, but things escalated quickly when Jackman was officially deposed in relation to the case. Why would Jackman be called in for questioning? Sometimes exactly does he know the answer may lie in she exactly. Some leaks OFS of Reynolds' messages suggest it involved deeply personal details and repair. Reynolds' information that could damage his reputation messages repair in some co-conversations. Jackman shared old text messages, private conversations, or even insider knowledge about Reynolds' alleged manipulative behavior behind the scenes. Others believe he struggles with deeper insecurities and old struggles and long-rumored secrets about his identity. Adding fuel to the fire is Jackman's own recreational turmoil. Just months ago, the Australian actor shocked the world by deburring his furnace Borachley furnace. Almost immediately, perversion ran rampant. Was there more to the story? Had Jackman been hiding something all along? And now a bigger question looms. Could Jackman's shocking divorce be the first sign of an even greater reckoning? Some speculate that his split from his wife is just a personal shift. It's a symbolic act, a way of cutting ties with a past that no longer serves him. A past that for years may have included enabling or at least tolerating domineering behavior, shouldering behavior. Could this be Jackman's way of identifying his own identity, finally freeing himself from the pressures of maintaining Hollywood's BFF-given friendship, with the lawsuit threatening to pull them both into the limelight for all the wrong reasons? Jackman may be realizing that protecting Reynolds' reputation is no longer in his interest, and if he does take a stand, it won't just be Reynolds' career on the line. It could reshape the very narrative that has defined Jackman for years. The world is watching, and as the walls close in, one thing is becoming crystal clear. Jackman is no longer willing to play the part he once did. Whether it's personal, professional, or both, the Hugh Jackman we thought we knew may be shedding his past, and Ryan Reynolds may not be a part of his future. The timing of his sudden public romance with Sutton Foster only added to the gossip. Many believe this new relationship is nothing more than a PR maneuver designed to shift focus away from the real reason for his divorce. And if that's true, could it also be part of a larger Hollywood game? One where Reynolds and Jackman, once close allies, have now turned against each other in a battle of secrets and survival? Jackman's willingness to betray Reynolds, especially at a time when Reynolds is already dealing with an intense lawsuit, raises serious questions about his motivations. Is this about revenge for a past falling out? Or is he trying to protect himself by throwing Reynolds under the bus? Whatever the case, One thing is clear: Jackman is no longer playing along with the buddy comedy narrative. He's not just a bystander in this unfolding drama. He's an active player, and if he truly did leak damaging information about Reynolds, he may have just set off a chain reaction that neither of them can control. Fans and insiders alike have speculated about the true nature of both actors' personal lives, their close friendships with other male actors, their playful flirtations on screen and off, and their unconventional relationships have led many to ask, are Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman leading double lives? And if so, is Hollywood helping them maintain the illusion? The term lavender marriage has been around for decades, used to describe Hollywood relationships that exist purely as a smokescreen for a hidden reality. Many believe that in an industry obsessed with branding and mass appeal, actors who don't fit the traditional mold of leading men are sometimes encouraged or even forced to enter marriages that protect their public image. And according to gossip circles, both Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have been the subject of such speculation for years. Reynolds, known for his hyper-masculine yet sarcastically self-deprecating humor, has been at the center of questionable moments that have led people to wonder if he's been hiding something all along. His on-screen chemistry with actors like Andrew Garfield, Jake Gyllenhaal, and even Jackman often ventures into homoerotic undertones, and while it's always played off as humor, some believe there's truth behind the jokes. Photos and video clips of the two engaging in close, lingering touches and offhand suggestive remarks have been circulating online, with fans dissecting every interaction. Some have even pointed out that their friendly feud could be an elaborate cover-up, a way to maintain a publicly acceptable dynamic while keeping deeper truths hidden. According to growing reports, Reynolds is not just a major player in Hollywood. He's a control freak who uses his influence to get what he wants, even if it means stepping on others. And now, in the wake of his lawsuit with Justin Baldoni, the carefully guarded image of nice guy Reynolds is starting to crumble in the case of It Ends With Us. Reports claim that Reynolds threatened to walk away unless his demands were met. His influence over the project was so significant that even minor decisions, from casting choices to script changes, were allegedly dictated by him, and this isn't an isolated incident. Hollywood insiders have whispered for years that Reynolds likes to control the narrative. Some former colleagues have suggested that he strong-armed directors and producers into doing things his way. Others have claimed that if he doesn't like someone, he has the power to blacklist them from projects. Reynolds is currently facing serious legal trouble after Justin Baldoni filed a lawsuit accusing him of defamation, extortion, and interfering with contra relations. IOTS. Not at the heart of the lawsuit is an allegation. G. Reynolds reportedly called Predator, Predator, Predator. Baldoni Aldoni says it is completely false and has a serious reputation. But why would Reynolds make such a place? iSource place? Sources close to the situation say that Reynolds may have had ulterior motives and a tough-hand comment, but a calculated move designed to undermine Baldwin's involvement in the film It Ends With Us. And this isn't the first time Reynolds has been accused of using productions. Onown Productions Dino Wyans. Now that Baldwin is pushing backboard, taking the court to court, Reynolds' reputation as the industry's beloved prankster is getting darker. Said with some darker, much darker. A man who uses his influence on those who challenge years, sidelines, Hugh Jackman sidelines, he sidelines, allegedly watching as Ryan Weapon, LDS wielded his info weapon, like a grip, controlling film sets, and iron him, silencing co-stars who challenge him, and his ever-growing ego. Those who know anyone with an ever-growing ego. Ost discarded. Oh. Those who don't discard dust. We and yet, Ardade, their care dust. And yet he dust. And firsthand, witnessing nothing. LLF, but why? Why play first, then nothing, but why? Why nothing, but why? Why would someone as revered as Jack Mormth choose Golden Boy in truth? War was fear, ID, and warmth truth. Was it self-fear? V. Didrith. Was it fear? Did he worry that sovereign power would make him the next Karen of Reynolds' reign? Or was he so deeply impossible? Some bromance narrative. Impossible? Impossible? Possible? Guilt. Believe he played out of self-preservation, others' self-preservation, her self-preservation, and a calculated move for fame. But in an industry where power, me budding as fame. But the Gossip crossfire. With this lawsuit, dragging corruption, and his slipping, silent option, the longer I slip, the mask is slipping, and the biggest question is, will Hugh Jackman finally shatter the facade of the truth and expose the truth of the facade? Arcade, he clings to the facade, risking his credibility to protect a man whose weight is unknown. 8. Not to serve the whispers of disloyalty, Hollywood does Hollywood career way. Career is on the verge of making different decisions about his choices. ISIS. Air. Stand that forever. H. Rever. Hyperjury. Choices. Stand as perjury and risks perjury, or breaks the truth and tells the friend. And uttering the clear, fully curated image out. A friend. Once called clear. Re-end. A career's out. Or, if Jack mates Reynolds, it won't rattle Reynolds' car. Rain, fun-loving and self-deprecating, has built an empire. Guy. Fucking, self-deprecating he's, seriously, an all-around nice guy. The A-list star who seriously takes himself too seriously, but what happens when one of Hollywood's? MO, if respected actors pull back the saw. Tain't reality? Is it the reality? Really? If manipulation res power. He also saw the Mr's power. He bull Reynolds' manipulation. Bully, unchecked abuse of talent. Reynolds would be a game-over persona. Noel's Butarier Jackman just relies on his persona. It's a dubious persona.